or during our time back in secondary school, there is this great enthusiasm to learn and to do more things in order to be among the topmost students. Then there is this high level of respect for our teachers and much more, seniors. If you did not school, if you are not among the people that was born during my time and school during that time, you wouldn't understand. Back in those days, our teachers were seen as gods. That even some parents confide in the teachers for the discipline of their children. And even seniors, if you are a senior in SS1, SS2, SS3. In fact, the JSS1 is the least. So from JS2 to SS3, and you are a JS1 person, you respect all. Who are you to walk on the same pavement that your senior is walking through? If you're just walking through that pavement and you see a senior coming, the next thing you step down. Depends on the school. There are some people you will just bow your head. Some people you will just kneel down for your senior to pass. Talk more of walking the same lane with your teacher. You see your teacher even in the market, you greet even before they see you. You go and submit yourself and greet. You copy note like Kilode. I remember myself going for extra classes. I went to a government secondary school. Went for extra classes just to pass WAEC. To have the nitty-gritty of what the things I'm supposed to do to pass WAEC. And WAEC in our time was something else. That you do what we call burning the midnight candle. I did it. I would soak my 2 legs inside buckets of water, just preparing for exams. There was this thing called mock that prepared us. But now, our students are using phone. If you see the phone that a secondary school student uses, you that you are even a salary earner or a business owner will not have such a phone. So I met some secondary school students writing WAEC. I never saw them read for one day. I never saw them went to school with book, exercise book or textbooks that would tell you that, okay, this was want to do revision. It wasn't like that in our days. I never even saw what they call timetable. And when I asked, I was told that they get it through WhatsApp. Parents, what are you training at home? Because now you will push it to the teachers. It starts from home. Your children comes back with big phones. What are they doing? A child that is still in secondary school? My people say, oh, so long as that child is still under your roof, is still in secondary school, in fact, you are still paying that child or those children's school fees, they remain under your watch. Whatsoever form of immorality or moral decadence they display, you as the father, you as the mother, should be held responsible. And not the teachers. Now you see students talking to their teachers as if they are their mate, even beating teachers. Because the teacher will be teaching in the class, and you are busy pressing your phone. That's why we have a lot of nuisance in the name of graduates that can't spell their names. Somebody was asked on the day of her matriculation, what is your discipline? And he said, I understand discipline to be, the way you behave and all of that. So for me, what nonsense? The question is asking the course she is studying. And she is busy answering another thing. Because nobody checks them. And so teachers these days, they just want to just go into the class, teach and go. But there are schools that still hold it to higher esteem. So long as you are schooling there, you don't do anyhow. They will send you out, whether it's a private school or a government school. When government school was government school, things are in place. When your child is disciplined, because you refuse to discipline that child at home, you as a parent, most especially mothers, you don't get to walk down to the school to do nonsense. They will throw you and that child out of the school. Your child that is preparing for JAM, that is preparing for WAEC, and you are always seeing him phones, always pinging, pressing. And tomorrow, the result comes out, and they say, hey, it's parallel 9, as in A1, for the whole 9 or 8 subjects. You are not telling yourself the truth. That's why we have corpers that are still sagging. Both men and female, they don't have nothing to present because they major on the minor and minor on the major. Parents, train your children well at home. Another thing, again, is even parents that are even teachers, they are lecturers, and your children happen to be schooling in that same school where you either teach or lecture, and they misbehave. It's a very big shame to you. It shows the highest level of moral decadence. For your child to abuse a teacher in the school you are teaching, in the school you are also lecturing, as a mother or as a father, you have failed woefully. It gets to show how that child does at home. It slaps you, slaps the father, nobody says anything to him or her. What is the essence of this? As a mother, as a father, train up your children properly so that they can represent you. Because the The display of your children outside shows your weakness or your strength. You know, my Yoruba people used to say, "Oh, leko, won't ogba." So they don't like to say you don't have home training. They will say, when somebody say you don't have home training, another person will say, it's obvious that this person was either trained, but he or she refused to take to that. But I don't believe that there is any child that will be given a proper home training that will not take to it. Your child stays in your home and wears pants in the name of fashion. You call it bomb short, and wear singlet, sometimes half cut that just covers the nipple, and walks around in your house. You as a mother, you as a father, you are watching. You are a failure. Your child of 13 years, 15 years leaves your home and sleeps around. And when he or she comes back, you open the door for him or her. Your child of 13, 15 years